Hello and welcome back to Investor Info. Oftentimes we wonder if there is a defined amount of qualities needed in order to become wealthy. While this statement is somewhat objective, it is no doubt that some of the biggest known billionaires today share similar habits and routines. In today's video, we'll be diving into the top 7 habits of the ultra-rich that sets them apart from the rest. But before we begin, as always, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and click on the bell icon so you'll stay updated every time we upload a new video. You are not gonna want to miss out. Now, let's get started. Number 1. The first habit most wealthy people have is persistence. While we tend to think of perseverance as a personality quality, it is, in fact, a habit that can be learned and practiced over time. When faced with difficulty, affluent people persevere, knowing that success is just around the corner. They are tenacious in all aspects of their lives, not just money-making activities. Persistence is obvious in everything affluent people do. All millionaires and big thinkers have one thing in common: they were all told no at some point in their life. The key is to keep swimming against the current. Take, for example, SPANX creator Sara Blakely and novelist J.K. Rowling. Before being published, the Harry Potter author was denied several times, and Blakely's SPANX prototype was first rejected until someone consented to produce it. These two ladies are now among the wealthiest persons on the planet. Recognize that no is only someone's opinion. The difference with these success tales is that they persevered in the face of adversity and rejection, even using it as a springboard for success. They understand that no rejection is permanent, it is only one person's, sometimes erroneous, point of view. Number 2. Secondly, they take risks that are well thought out. Bill Gates once eloquently stated, quote, "To win big, sometimes you have to take large risks," unquote. It's not always simple to take a chance on a new investment or company idea, but if you want to reach millionaire or billionaire status, taking risks is part of the game. For example, Oprah Winfrey famously left her comfortable career as a Baltimore news anchor to present a modest television show in Chicago. She took a chance, and she has continued to do so throughout her enormously successful career. Now, this is not to say that you should make hasty or irresponsible judgments. Take reasonable chances and back them up with well-thought-out contingency plans in case things don't go as planned. You may begin with little measures, such as taking on a new project or applying for new employment. We all have aspirations and desires, but the genuinely successful make those dreams a reality by establishing the proper goals. Wealthy people create defined and realistic goals on a regular basis. If you want your desire or dream to come true, you must first set objectives for yourself and then pursue and attain those goals. You must divide your want or dream into achievable chores that you can complete. The accumulation of achieved goals will get you closer to attaining your ideal over time. In other words, keep aiming for the unattainable while grounding it in reality with stretch objectives. If you want to become a billionaire, start investing X amount of dollars every month, and you'll be there before you realize it. Number 3. Third on our list is setting attainable goals. We are continuously making objectives for ourselves, whether we recognize it or not. When we think about what we'd like to do or have in the future, we're essentially creating a goal for ourselves. The difficulty with these objectives is that they aren't defined, and they aren't always feasible. For example, if you're working for minimum wage, an extravagant vacation is probably not in the cards for you this year. These objectives must be practical and require a precise set of activities to be completed in order to be met. For example, rather than declaring, "I want to make $1 million this year," a more realistic and focused objective might be, "I want to earn an extra $25,000 this year by improving my production capacity." Assuming it is possible to raise output, this is a target that can realistically be accomplished with careful planning and, of course, hard work. You will still require outside assistance and influences, but luck favors the prepared and persistent. A dream is wonderful, but it is necessary to create smaller, more realistic goals along the road. As you complete these little tasks, you cross them off your list and get closer to realizing your ideal. Number 4. Next, they constantly network. Billionaires did not become billionaires on their own. Their incredible success and wealth are the consequence of more than simply hard effort. They also harness the power of meaningful networking. In the book Rich Habits: The Daily Success Secrets of Entrepreneurs, Thomas Corley discovered that 79% of affluent individuals spend at least 5 hours a month networking, whether through conferences, client meetings, or simply sipping coffee at Starbucks. Making appointments with professional groups in your region is a simple way to get started. There are organizations for practically every industry conceivable, and they'd love to assist you as a professional while also learning from you, and who knows what else. You could make the next important business connection that propels you to the top. Wealthy people appear to intuitively recognize the value of surrounding themselves with other goal and success-oriented people. They are deliberate in fostering these beneficial relationships, and they commit the time and energy required to help these relationships thrive. According to Thomas Corley, quote, "Wealthy and successful individuals are picky about whom they associate with. Their purpose is to build ties with other successful people. When they come across someone who fits the criteria, they commit a significant amount of time and attention to developing a solid relationship. They nurture the connection from seedling to redwood. Relationships are the money of the successful and rich." Unquote. His advice is to devote 30 minutes every day to cultivating such a friendship. This might include acting as a sounding board, offering advice, or simply being a helpful companion. As you develop and cultivate this relationship, that individual is likely to reciprocate and become a reliable and useful supporter. Number 5. Coming up next on our list is their relentless optimism. Corley found that the affluent folks he watched had a positive attitude on life. They were energetic and joyful, and were appreciative for what they had. Some more specific findings were as follows. He discovered a persistent pattern of negative attitudes and beliefs among the poor. Attitude matters, to be sure. While it may seem a stretch to argue that merely being happy leads to prosperity, keeping a good view and attitude certainly can't hurt. Andrew Carnegie, though typically portrayed as a cunning and tight-fisted Scotsman, was truly a ray of sunshine. Carnegie, who famously engaged Napoleon Hill to collect the knowledge of the rich and powerful in a project that resulted in the book Think and Grow Rich, based his optimism on total trust in his own internal resources. Positivity provides the mega achievers with the internal fuel they need to power through downturns and what others would label failure. Failure is acknowledged to be a natural element of the creative maelstrom that is the life of a business. Success is not a destination, it's just another link in the never-ending spiral. Number 6. Another habit common among wealthy people is how they invest in themselves through personal time. What affluent entrepreneurs do in their spare time sets them apart from the regular Joe or Jane. What little free time the affluent and successful have isn't spent binge-watching Silicon Valley till 3 a.m. In fact, around 70% of the wealthy watch television for less than an hour every day. Instead, many of them engage in hobbies that will benefit both them and their businesses. Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, for example, are obsessive readers of nonfiction literature. Oprah works out every morning before she goes to work. So put down the remote and go for a run, study a new language, or read an uplifting autobiography. If you utilize your free time to enhance your future self, you will not only have pleasure, but your personal success will skyrocket. Number 7. Last but not least, they are constantly educating themselves. 88% of rich people read for at least 30 minutes each day to broaden their knowledge. Furthermore, 85% read 2 or more novels every month on a consistent basis. Non-fiction literature such as biographies, self-help books, and materials relating to their industry or profession were all popular selections. Wealthy people were able to turn what they've learned into practical knowledge that they could use in their everyday decisions. They made self-education a priority and used what they learned to achieve their objectives and enhance their lives. Elon Musk, a tech entrepreneur, supposedly learned how to make rockets by reading books. Musk experienced a lot of bullying as a youngster in South Africa. He found solace in fantasy and science fiction novels, which motivated him to make a mark on the world. Bill Gates, who was once the world's richest man, is a longtime reader that reads roughly 50 books each year, all of which are non-fiction. Despite the fact that he gets to travel to different locations and meet intriguing people, he prefers to learn new things through reading books. Similarly, Mark Zuckerberg urged the entire world to join him in his 2015 goal of reading a book every 2 weeks. When asked what his secret to success was, millionaire investor Warren Buffett reportedly remarked, quote, "Read 500 pages every day. That is how knowledge operates. It accumulates in the same way that compound interest does. Every one of you can accomplish it, but I promise, not many of you will." Unquote. He begins his day by reading dozens of newspapers, and he spends a large chunk of his day reading voraciously. He's not the only one. Mark Cuban may spend up to 3 hours a day reading, while Bill Gates reads 50 volumes each year. And there you have it, folks. Now that we've discussed the top 7 habits that set the ultra-rich apart, let us know in the comment section down below how you plan on utilizing these habits to join the ultra-rich. Remember to always do your research and make the most of your resources. If you found this video helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more videos just like this one. See you in the next video!